Most seniors believe eating more protein keeps their muscles strong. But what if I told you some of the very foods you trust most could be silently tearing your strength apart? After 75, your body changes, and the wrong protein sources can trigger faster muscle loss, poor circulation, and hidden inflammation. In this video, we're exposing 5 common muscle killers disguised as healthy choices, and how to protect your strength starting today. Have you ever made yourself a quick sandwich believing you were doing something good for your body? A few slices of turkey, maybe some ham or roast beef, tucked neatly between 2 slices of bread. Easy, familiar, comforting, and above all, packed with protein, or so you thought. But what if I told you that hidden inside those convenient slices is a quiet enemy, one that doesn't show its hand right away, but slowly weakens you over time? You see, processed deli meats, even the ones labeled lean or heart-healthy, often carry something your muscles cannot afford after 75: a heavy load of preservatives, sodium nitrates, and chemical additives. According to researchers at Harvard Medical School, these ingredients trigger low-grade chronic inflammation throughout the body. And inflammation, although invisible at first, acts like rust, quietly corroding your muscles from within. Even more concerning, the type of protein found in processed meats isn't the pure, muscle-building kind your body needs. It's incomplete, often stripped of essential amino acids during processing. So instead of feeding your muscles and keeping them strong, these foods place an extra burden on your aging system, making it harder for your body to repair itself after every step, every movement, every effort. A recent study in the Journal of Gerontology discovered that seniors who regularly consumed processed meats experienced a 22% faster decline in grip strength and walking speed compared to those who rarely ate them. 22%. That's not a slow fade. That's an invisible landslide happening inside your own body. It doesn't feel dramatic at first. Maybe a little more effort to get out of a chair. Maybe a small hesitation before tackling the stairs. You brush it off, thinking it's just part of getting older. But every slice, every bite, chips away at your strength until one day you find yourself wondering when it all became so hard. The most heartbreaking part? Most people never even realize it. They believe they're doing the right thing, choosing protein, staying active. But behind the scenes, the very foods they trusted are silently sabotaging their freedom. But here's the good news. Knowledge is power, and if you stay with me, you'll not only discover which foods to avoid, but also what to eat instead to reclaim your strength and keep your muscles alive and vibrant. Because the next so-called healthy protein source? It's even sneakier, and it's likely sitting in your kitchen right now. Now, let's talk about another so-called protein hero that could be quietly working against you: egg substitutes and low-fat dairy products. For decades, we were told that fat was the villain, that the best way to protect our hearts and stay healthy was to strip the fat out of everything we ate. Out went the whole eggs. Out went the full-fat yogurt. In came egg whites from a carton, low-fat milk, and flavorless, watery cheese slices wrapped in plastic. But here's what almost no one told you. When fat is removed from these foods, something important disappears along with it. The natural structure of the protein changes. The body doesn't recognize it the same way anymore. Digestion slows. Absorption weakens. And instead of strengthening your muscles, these fat-free and low-fat products can leave your body undernourished, tired, and vulnerable. According to a groundbreaking study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who consumed higher amounts of low-fat dairy actually showed greater muscle wasting than those who ate moderate amounts of full-fat dairy. The researchers believe it's because the natural fats in foods like eggs and dairy help shuttle vital amino acids into muscle tissue more effectively. Without that fat, the delivery system breaks down. But the damage doesn't stop there. Many egg substitutes and low-fat dairy items are packed with additives like stabilizers, artificial thickeners, and even hidden sugars to replace the missing taste. These ingredients can promote inflammation, spike blood sugar, and further accelerate muscle loss, all while you believe you're making the healthy choice. Imagine reaching for that low-fat yogurt every morning, believing you're doing something right, only to realize it's quietly undercutting your strength year after year. It's a betrayal hidden in plain sight. It's not your fault. You were following the advice given to you, advice that, at the time, even doctors believed was best. But now, we know better. Science has evolved, and so can your choices. In just a moment, we'll talk about what real nourishing protein looks like. Protein that actually feeds your strength instead of draining it. But before we do, there's an even more surprising culprit we need to uncover. One that wears the disguise of health better than almost any other, and chances are it's been sitting in your freezer for months. Stay with me. Now let's turn to a protein source that sounds innocent: protein bars and ready-to-drink shakes. At first glance, they seem perfect. High protein, convenient, no cooking required. For busy days or those moments when appetite is low, grabbing a bar or a shake feels like an easy win. But the truth hiding behind those shiny labels is far less comforting. Most protein bars and shakes are ultra-processed products filled with artificial sweeteners, gums, emulsifiers, and chemical preservatives. Their long shelf life comes at a steep cost: your body's ability to properly absorb and use the so-called protein they contain. Recent findings in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle reveal that older adults who consume highly processed protein products experience significantly less muscle protein synthesis compared to those eating natural, whole food sources. Simply put, even if the label says 20 grams of protein, your muscles may only absorb a fraction of it. The rest goes to waste, or worse, triggers inflammation that quietly chips away at strength, and it doesn't end there. The sugars and artificial sweeteners packed into these bars and shakes can also wreak havoc on blood sugar levels. Rapid spikes and crashes sap energy, making physical movement feel harder, draining your motivation to stay active, and accelerating muscle decline over time. It's a slow betrayal hidden behind marketing words like fuel, performance, and nutrition. Imagine trusting these products to rebuild your body, only to discover they're quietly weakening it day by day. And here's the most frustrating part. Many seniors turn to these bars and shakes when appetite naturally declines with age. Thinking they're doing something good, they unknowingly trap themselves in a cycle of poor muscle recovery and increasing frailty. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. The good news is, real strength doesn't come from a box or a bottle. And soon we'll talk about simple, powerful food choices that genuinely nourish your muscles. No artificial shortcuts required. But first, there's another hidden danger we need to expose. A protein source that feels even safer, even more familiar, and yet carries risks that few people ever talk about. Stay tuned. Now, let's talk about a protein source so familiar, so comforting, that almost no one questions it. Rotisserie chicken. That golden, glistening bird from the grocery store ready to eat, smelling like home-cooked goodness. It feels wholesome, practical, even healthy. After all, it's chicken. And chicken is supposed to be one of the cleanest, leanest proteins you can choose. But here's the part you aren't told. Most grocery store rotisserie chickens are injected with a solution, a hidden chemical brine containing sodium, preservatives, sugar, and even phosphates to keep the meat moist and flavorful for hours. And that invisible bath can wreak havoc on your muscles and your health after 75. Researchers at the American Journal of Kidney Diseases have shown that high levels of added phosphates in processed poultry products can accelerate muscle deterioration and weaken bone density over time. Phosphates create imbalances in your blood chemistry, leading to increased inflammation, greater risk of fractures, and faster functional decline. What makes it worse is the sodium. Rotisserie chickens are often packed with over twice the recommended daily amount of salt in just a few servings, and excess sodium doesn't just affect your blood pressure. It dehydrates muscle tissue, making it harder for muscles to contract and repair. Over time, this dryness at the cellular level leaves muscles brittle, tired, and far more prone to injury. It doesn't show itself immediately. Maybe you feel a little thirstier than usual. Maybe your legs ache a little more after a short walk. Tiny signals. Easy to ignore, until one day you realize the strength you once counted on has slipped through your fingers like sand, and all the while, you thought you were making the right choice. The betrayal of rotisserie chicken isn't about the bird itself. It's about what's done to it, behind the scenes, where labels are vague and health halos are worn by foods that no longer deserve them. But don't worry. You don't have to give up convenience to protect your muscles. There are better options. Simple tweaks that give you the protein your body truly needs without the hidden dangers. And in just a moment, we'll start pulling back the curtain on what real, muscle-saving foods look like. But first, we need to expose one final protein source, one that pretends to be the safest choice of all, yet may be the most damaging if you're over 75. Let's keep going. And now, we come to the final hidden danger, the one that feels the safest, the one that many seniors turn to without a second thought. Canned tuna. For years, canned tuna has been praised as the go-to source for lean, affordable, convenient protein. It's easy to store, quick to prepare, and carries the reputation of being a heart-healthy choice. But beneath that easy open lid, there's a problem few people talk about. Mercury. Tuna, especially larger species like albacore and yellowfin, can contain high levels of mercury, a toxic heavy metal that accumulates over time in your body. And while small amounts might seem harmless, regular consumption builds up silently, slowly causing damage that can cripple your strength from the inside out. Studies from the Environmental Health Perspectives Journal have shown that mercury exposure in older adults is linked to muscle weakness, poor coordination, and even faster onset of frailty syndrome. Mercury interferes with the way your muscles receive signals from the nervous system. Imagine trying to lift your legs, but the signal is delayed, distorted, weakened. That's what mercury poisoning can feel like, but it creeps in so gradually, you might never notice until it's already stealing your balance, your mobility, your independence. And the risk doesn't stop at your muscles. Mercury affects your brain too, impacting focus, memory, and even mood. When your cognitive function slips alongside your physical strength, the road back to confidence and independence becomes steeper, harder to climb. Here's the hardest part. Most people think they're doing something smart by eating canned tuna. They believe they're making a healthy, protein-packed choice. And sometimes, for a while, they are. But when tuna becomes a daily habit, without attention to variety or moderation, the hidden cost can be devastating. It's not about avoiding tuna entirely. It's about understanding the risks, limiting exposure, and making smarter choices that truly serve your body's needs after 75. Because when it comes to protecting your muscles and your mind, every decision matters, even the ones that seem small. And now that you know the 5 secret muscle saboteurs hiding in your everyday foods, the real question becomes, what can you eat to not just protect, but rebuild your strength? Because your story doesn't have to end with slow decline. It can begin again with new habits, new energy, and a body that feels powerful and capable, no matter your age. In just a moment, we'll shift from warning signs to empowerment. The foods, the strategies, the simple daily choices that rebuild strength from the inside out. Stay with me. Because the best part of this journey is just beginning. You've seen how strength can fade without warning. But here's what matters most. It's never too late to turn the tide. Your body, even now, holds an incredible power to heal, to rebuild, to grow stronger. And it doesn't require magic. It starts with simple choices made day by day. Wild-caught salmon brings not just rich protein, but omega-3s that calm inflammation and fuel muscle repair. A piece of grilled salmon, a simple salad, small meals with enormous power. Studies show seniors who nourish themselves with omega-3s regain more muscle mass, even without intense workouts. That's not a theory. That's biology, waiting to work for you. But food alone isn't enough. Movement breathes life into strength. It begins simply. Stand up from a chair without using your hands. At first, it might feel shaky. That's not weakness. That's your muscles waking up. Every rise, every effort tells your body, I still need you. Add short, steady walks, down a hallway, across the living room, out to the mailbox. No race, no pressure, just momentum. Research shows even 15 minutes of walking a day can dramatically protect leg strength, balance, and independence. Alongside salmon, your muscles crave real allies. Leafy greens like spinach and kale fortify your bones from within, preventing the silent crumbling that makes strong muscles meaningless without a solid foundation. Beans, humble, rich in fiber and iron, feed you slow, steady energy that keeps muscles firing long after processed foods would have left you weak. The steps aren't complicated. They're powerful because they're consistent. Every bite, every rise, every walk, every moment you refuse to surrender the body that still belongs to you. Because strength isn't a memory, it's a decision. And your muscles, even now, are listening, waiting for the signal to rebuild. The choice is yours. And every small step forward is a victory already won. You started this journey today with a simple truth. The body changes, strength fades, but now you know that decline is not destiny. It's a call, a whisper from your own muscles, your own bones, your own heart, asking if you're still willing to fight for the life you deserve. And now you know how. Not through fear, not through regret, but through small, deliberate acts of nourishment, of movement, of belief. A piece of salmon, a handful of leafy greens, a steady walk around the house. A quiet promise whispered to yourself before rising from a chair without using your hands. I am still here. I am still strong. Because strength isn't about what you used to do. It's about what you choose to do next. And maybe today it's one extra step. Maybe tomorrow it's two. Maybe next week you realize you're standing taller, moving freer, smiling a little wider when you reach for the things you thought were slipping away. This is your moment, not to look back and mourn what's lost, but to stand in today and claim what's still possible. Because strength after 75 isn't about age, it's about courage. It's about choosing to write a new chapter with every meal, every movement, every breath. And maybe, just maybe, you'll look back on this moment not as the time you felt yourself grow weaker, but as the moment you decided to grow stronger. The choice is yours, and your body is ready to listen. The only question left is, what small step will you take today? Are you unknowingly triggering disease every single morning? Research shows that 12 seemingly innocent morning habits are silently accelerating aging in people over 60. If you're doing even 3 of these before 10 a.m., you could be increasing your risk of brain fog, high blood pressure, and even early death. Let's find out, how many of these are you guilty of? What if the way you wake up each morning holds the power to slow aging, reduce inflammation, and protect your brain and body for years to come? For millions of seniors, those first few moments after waking are quietly shaping their health trajectory, and most don't even realize it. This video reveals the 12 most common morning mistakes made by people over 60 and the small science-backed changes that can make all the difference. Let's begin. You may not feel thirsty when you wake up, but your organs are already begging for hydration, and yet nearly 80% of seniors begin their day reaching for coffee or medication before drinking a drop of water. While you sleep, your body loses water. That fluid loss thickens your blood. According to the Journal of Clinical Gerontology, overnight dehydration can increase blood viscosity by up to 10% in adults over 60. This stresses your heart and brain, especially during early morning hours when heart attacks and strokes are most common. Dr. Jessica Rothman at Harvard calls this morning blood sludging. Over time, this invisible pressure damages kidneys, blood vessels, and brain function. Sylvia, 72, was on the verge of dialysis. At a wellness retreat, she began drinking 16 ounces of water first thing each morning. Within 2 months, her kidney function improved by 28%. Her doctor was stunned. The only change? Just water. In Okinawa, Japan, 94% of those over 90 begin their day with water. No coffee, no tea, just water. Place a full glass of room-temperature water on your nightstand tonight. Drink it before your feet touch the floor tomorrow. It could change your health for good. Mistake number 2, staying indoors. Most seniors miss out on the single most powerful hormonal reset of the day: sunlight. Your brain runs on a circadian rhythm. The moment you wake up, it waits for light to signal the day has begun. Without it, your body stays confused. Morning light tells your brain to shut down melatonin and start producing serotonin. Miss this window and your sleep, mood, memory, and metabolism all suffer. Dr. Andrew Peterson says, morning sunlight exposure sets off a hormonal cascade that affects everything, from your mood to your blood pressure. Benjamin, age 75, had battled insomnia for years. Nothing worked. Then his doctor told him to sit outside for 10 minutes each morning. Within 2 weeks, he was sleeping again. His blood pressure dropped. His afternoons no longer dragged. Even on cloudy days, outdoor light is 50 to 100 times stronger than indoor light. Tomorrow, step outside. Your body is waiting for this signal. Not mobile? Sit by a window with direct exposure. Even that can help reset your internal clock. What about your joints? That stiffness when you wake up? It's a warning. Mistake number 3, staying still before breakfast. Research from Mayo Clinic shows that gentle movement in the morning reduces joint deterioration by up to 65%. It's not about exercise, it's about motion. Dr. Lisa Monroe explains, moving before eating activates autophagy, your body's natural cleaning system. It reduces inflammation and protects your joints. Harriet, 68, was preparing for knee surgery. As a last effort, she began gentle morning movement, 7 minutes each day. Within 3 months, her surgery was canceled. You don't need a gym, just ankle rolls, shoulder circles, a gentle sway or toe touch. Stiffness is your body asking for help. Listen to it. Then there's your breath. Mistake number 4, ignoring it. Longevity researchers found that many centenarians begin each day with intentional breathing. It takes 30 seconds. Dr. Michael Cohen says, we've measured lower cortisol and inflammation in seniors who do morning breath work. Here's how. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 7. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 8. Repeat 3 times. This activates your vagus nerve. It tells your body you're safe. It moves you from stress into restoration. It's simple, it's free, and it could shape your entire day. Mistake number 5, eating the wrong breakfast. Most seniors eat low-protein, high-carb meals in the morning: toast, fruit, cereal. These spike insulin and fuel inflammation. Dr. Valerie Richardson at the Longevity Nutrition Institute found that seniors who eat at least 25 g of protein and 8 g of fiber in the morning have 53% lower levels of inflammation. Gerald, 68, was pre-diabetic. He switched from toast to eggs and chia oats. 6 months later, his blood sugar normalized. His doctor asked what he did. He said, "I changed my breakfast. Protein stabilizes blood sugar. Fiber supports gut health. Healthy fats nourish your brain. Tomorrow morning, upgrade your plate. Avocado, seeds, berries, leafy greens. Real food is medicine." Mistake 6, starting your day in silence. Loneliness isn't just emotional, it's biological. The Harvard Adult Development Study found that seniors who engage in meaningful social connection before 10 a.m. have 29% lower mortality rates. Nancy, 97, lives in Okinawa. Every morning she chats with neighbors. Researchers found her inflammation markers resembled someone decades younger. Connection doesn't need to be long. Call a friend. Speak with a loved one. Say hello to your barista. Your body responds to connection. Even brief conversations trigger the release of oxytocin, the hormone of connection and calm. Mistake 7, skipping gratitude. Not the vague kind. Specific, directed gratitude. Dr. Sarah Jenkins at Yale found that seniors who practice gratitude towards their bodies show brain scans similar to much younger adults. Patricia, 74, placed her hand on her chest each morning. She thanked her legs, her eyes, her heart. 3 months later, her blood pressure normalized. Her heart rate variability improved 31%. Tomorrow morning, name 3 parts of your body you're thankful for. Be specific. Your body listens. This simple act rewires how your nervous system responds to the world. Mistake 8, skipping magnesium. This master mineral powers over 300 reactions in the body, and most seniors don't get enough of it. Dr. Elaine Harper explains, magnesium is like oil in a car. Without it, everything grinds. Mark, 73, added magnesium-rich foods to his breakfast. Avocado, pumpkin seeds, banana. His morning anxiety disappeared. His stiffness eased. His energy stabilized. Add almonds. Add spinach. Or consider a low-dose supplement. But never skip this nutrient. Mistake 9, taking calcium with coffee. Calcium taken on an empty stomach or with caffeine is poorly absorbed. Worse, it may harden arteries instead of strengthening bones. Dr. Megan Patel says, calcium needs cofactors like D3 and K2, and it must be taken with food. Diane changed nothing except her supplement timing. Her bone scan improved. Same pill. Different result. Take calcium after breakfast. Never with coffee. Always with nutrients that help guide it. Mistake 10, missing morning choline. Choline supports brain function. It's found in eggs, salmon, and leafy greens. Alan, 71, added 2 eggs and spinach to breakfast. His memory returned. His mind cleared. Low choline equals higher dementia risk. Feed your brain tomorrow. Mistake 11, watching the news first thing. Morning is when your brain is most impressionable. Fear and stress raise cortisol. Your body stays on edge all day. Ellen replaced her news habit with music and reading. Her sleep improved. Her blood pressure dropped. Protect your morning mental environment. It sets your entire emotional tone. Instead of consuming fear, feed yourself calm, laughter, or inspiration. And finally, mistake 12, starting your day on autopilot. Routines are powerful, but unconscious routines can keep you stuck. The first 5 minutes of your day are the best time to set intention. Walter, 93, sits on the edge of his bed each morning and asks 3 questions. What does my body need today? What am I grateful for? What will I do for my health before noon? That's it. 5 minutes. But they changed his life. Your future is built in tiny decisions. One of them begins tomorrow morning. So the only question left is, which of these 12 will you change first? Because tomorrow begins today.